A night in the most haunted forest on earth. You ever get that feeling like something is watching you? Now, imagine stepping into a place where that feeling never goes away. A forest so haunted, even the bravest explorers refuse to enter. Locals warn, if you go in, you won't come out the same. Some vanish without a trace, some escape, but they are never quite right again. Tonight we are going inside the most haunted forest on earth. But I will warn you now, once you hear what happens inside, you may never feel safe in the woods again. No official name, no marked trails, no way out. Once it finds you, this place has been around for centuries, yet no one really knows its history. No one built roads to it. No one claims it. It's as if the forest itself doesn't want to be found. And maybe that's for a reason. Survivors describe the same terrifying signs. Compasses spin wildly. Whispers call their names. Shadows move. Even when there's no light. But the worst part? The deeper you go, the harder it is to leave. As if something is pulling you in. In 2019, a survivalist YouTuber, Daniel Harper, set out to prove his forest was just another urban legend. Big mistake. He went in with a GoPro. His last known footage is pure nightmare fuel. 11:42 p.m. A voice whispers his name, but the subtitle picks up two voices. 12:15 a.m. He mutters, "I swear the trees moved." 12:13 a.m. The camera glitches. A figure appears for half a second. 12:47 a.m. His final words before the screen cuts to black. It's inside. His backpack was later found untouched. His tent perfectly set up, but him gone. The authorities dismissed it as a disappearance, but one thing didn't add up. His footprints led into the forest, but there were none leading out. Those who enter the forest often experience something impossible. The trees move. One hiker, Emily Shaw, reported that after walking 4 hours, she realized she was walking in circles. Then she heard it, a voice calling her name. No just one voice, hundreds, layered over each other. She ran, but the whispers followed. When she finally escaped, she checked her phone's recording. At 3 a.m., clear as a day, a voice whispered into the mic, "Don't come back." She was alone. There's an old legend about the forest, a ritual no one dares to try. It's said that if you stand in the center at midnight, close your eyes and whisper, "Show me the truth," something will answer. In 2020, Marcus Kane, an urban explorer, live streamed himself attempting the ritual. Biggest mistake of his life. The moment he whispered the words, his live stream glitched. The audio became distorted, filled with static, and then a deep, inhuman voice whispered back, "I see you." Then the screen cuts to black. When he woke up, he wasn't in the forest anymore. He was in a place of endless darkness. And around him, they were watching, tall, shadowy, faceless, just staring. Then he felt a hand on his shoulder, and the next thing he knew, he was outside the forest, but not alone, because one of them followed him home. In 2021, a group of paranormal explorers decided to mock the legend and live stream their adventure into the forest. For the first hour, nothing happened. Then, the chat went crazy. Viewers started spamming. "There is something behind you! Look left now! Who's that in the trees?" One of them, Josh, suddenly froze. He whispered, "Do you hear that?" Then, he screamed. The live stream cut to static. The next morning, their campsite was still there. Their flashlights, phones, and cameras, all untouched. But the team, gone. The last frame of their footage, a faceless figure standing between the trees. The forest still stands, untouched, waiting. Locals say it calls to people, especially non-believers. It wants them inside. And once they step in, it never lets them go. So if you ever find yourself near a dark, silent forest and you hear a whisper calling your name, don't answer. Because if you do, you might never leave. Would you enter the most haunted forest on earth? Or do you think it's all just a myth? Let me know in the comments if you're brave enough. And if you enjoyed this terrifying tale, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because trust me, the dark is alive, and sometimes it's watching you.